Hello guys, after struggling with the cold Blood Mage character I was playing in the past few weeks, I finally reached the final mapping, but I feel the Ascendency for Blood Mage actually need a real buff before we can actually play and enjoy it. So after that, I basically rerolled the Monk Invoker character all the way from level 1 to level 75, and I'm doing some of the mapping. And I want to show you how this works. Let's try some mapping. Let's just put in a level 4 map. I think I can do higher level maps. We need to complete 10 maps to get the Atlas point. So we basically kick their butt and get some power charges. After that, we just charge staff. And then now you can see, let's see how this plays on the group of mobs. See, it just shatters everything and has a really big AoE effect. See, basically one button shatters everything, and we just recharge our staff using charge staff. Yeah, let's go to some rare mobs. Let's see how that works. This one, okay, let's put our bell down. Oh, he died before the bell is done. Charge the staff. That's one of the skills I'll cover later in the video. And we just look at the AoE. Even the magic mobs are just one click. They are shattered. And look at the AoE. Oh, look at that damage. I just feel empowered with this build. Okay, reapply, charge the staff. Wow. Wow. Oh, this feels pretty good. Just one click. Yeah. The group of mobs will be gone. One button, clear one group, and go to the next group of mobs. This map is really big. Just one click. Okay, rare mobs. Yeah, we don't really have to put our bell down to deal with them. We're probably too powerful for this level of map. In the campaign, even when we were leveling, this character can kill the boss super fast. Such as the final boss for Doyarni. We can get to his fist transition in just a few seconds. This character is now level 75. We have 58% chance to evade attacks and also 52% damage reduction for the physical damage. These are the stats that we have. We don't have any block, almost capped on the fire, cold, lightning resistances. We only have 10% chaos resistance. This might be somewhere in the future we can get better gear to increase the chaos resistance. On the passives, I'm going to talk about how to level this character. Let's talk about Ascendency first. For the leveling, we should pick up at least 2 nodes first to get more cold damage. And then after that, I think we can pick at least 2 because we can use the Unbound Avatar to deal a lot more damage. These are probably 40% more elemental damage. Also 80% more chance to inflict elemental ailment while unbound. So this is really strong for the boss. We will accumulate the Unbound Fury while we're killing the mobs. And then when we come to the campaign bosses, we just click this one button, put down our bell, and use Ice Strike. Then the boss will be dead very quickly. But later when we finish the campaign and start reaching the maps, we will notice that we need a lot of defense. I respected all these 4 points and take at least 4 points first. This is my choice. We will have more evasion, energy shield, and this node is very unique. We basically gain spirits based on the energy shield and evasion on our body armor, and we cannot gain spirit from other equipment except the body armor. So right now I get this piece of armor. It has 730 evasion, 275 energy shield, and that translates to basically 93 points of spirit. And in total, we have 193. The setup of the spirit counter is looking like this. We use the Wind Dancer, Combat Frenzy to get frenzy charges, and that will be converted into power charges by the Resonant notable node. We are running both Herald of Ice and Herald of Thunder, and also Blasphemy with Infable. I actually picked up these 3 nodes because we're running double heralds. 6% reduced reservation, actually 3 of them. 18% reservation is a lot. We can basically run actual spirit gems. So that is really powerful. So the next 2 Ascendency would be even more evasion rating And also this one is really strong. Our physical damage reduction from armor is based on your combined armor and evasion rating. And at the same time, it gives 40% less evasion rating. So either way, this brings us to, oh, actually this is changing. This brings us to 70% evasion and 60% armor. This makes us really, really tanky. But right now, we kept pretty much everything. For elemental resistances, we just need a little bit more on the chaos resistance. And so we feel pretty safe, at least so far, in this beginning journey of the mapping. And for leveling the character, we can start the character monk from here, picking up some of the skill speed, more attack damage. And initially we should go here to pick up the skill speed nodes, because at the beginning we don't have a lot of critical chance and critical damage, so this node will not make a lot of sense. And for leveling, we basically should start using lightning rod and also lightning arrow. This will give us good time when leveling the monk. Using lightning rod for the group of mobs and then shooting lightning arrow from far away, we feel pretty safe and the damage is quite there. And then we basically pick up these chance to shock nodes. We can pick up this critical hit node later, but we go up here and pick up the nodes for more damage when we shock an enemy. And after we go here, I actually went this route to get more attack damage while we're on the low life, full life, and more attack speed. And then we'll come back here later after we can get our gem for comeback frenzy. This will grant us frenzy charge. When we freeze or electrocute enemies, we do cold damage. We freeze enemies quite a bit. Whenever we freeze enemy, we get the frenzy charge. Once we get the frenzy charge, if we take the resonant node, look at the first line. Gain power charges instead of frenzy charges, which means whenever we get frenzy charge, this will convert to power charge. The power charge will give us more critical hit chance. Most importantly, the power charge will allow us to use charge the staff later on when we get the skills. And for the leveling, we basically start using Ice Strike around level 14-15. And then once we get that, we will be feeling very good. And then we will have the Tempest Bell. What Tempest Bell does is that you basically put this bell on the ground and then you hit the bell. When you hit the bell, it will do AoE damage and also apply elemental elements. So you put down the bell very close to the boss and then use Ice Strike. Keep hitting this bell. It will do a lot of damage to the boss and very fast. We can connect this Tempest Bell skill with Reach, Front of Reach, and also Close Combat to increase our attack damage and generate more Reach. The Reach will also give us more attack damage. Later on, we will get Charge the Staff. And then before getting Charge the Staff, we will get, I think, Resonance node to generate power charges. And after that, we're doing critical hits. We get a bunch of critical hit node here. Increase damage after we deal critical hits. And also more critical hit chance and also increase damage after critical hits. After that, go down here to get more attack damage. Under the way, just before we switch to Ice Strike, we may feel really stressful on the mana and mana region. Until we can get some pretty good mana region on our gear, we can actually pick these three. It gives us 40% mana region and also 8% reduced mana cost, which is huge at the beginning of the game. With these three nodes, I think we have no issue to use these till the end of the campaign, even without getting any mana region on our gears. Get some more freeze build-up and also cold damage. We don't need these three nodes here, but we can come back, pick up these three after we reach mapping. What this does is that for one maximum energy shield on our equipped helmet, so it's only on the helmet, we get 2 evasion rating. On the helmet, we have 300 energy shield. We're getting 600 evasion rating here. So this is quite huge. Then we basically go here, get more attack damage, inflict elements, doing more critical hits, and also a little bit of attack speed and accuracy. After that, I picked up this cluster to increase a lot of the attack speed for our quarterstaff. More attack speed, critical hit chance, critical hit damage, and this one additional power charges. So this will give us more stack when we use charged staff. If we read the charged staff description, so this will add 1 to 13 lightning damage per power charge. With that note, if we have 3 power charges, we will basically get 4 power charges. This will be 1 to 13 plus 4 lightning damage added to our attack damage. This is really powerful. After that, I went here to pick up more damage load, and definitely, as mentioned before, more spirit reservation for the herald skills. Because we're running 2 heralds, that will be really helpful. And then in order to get more tanky, we come here to pick up more evasion node, which is very helpful. And I also went down here to pick up more critical hit chance. And my plan right now is basically to go up and get a little bit more damage penetration. I don't know how this is working, but we'll see. In the later game, I believe we should get more freeze threshold. Here there are more evasion and also energy shield. This one looks pretty good. We based on the body armor evasion, we can have more maximum energy shield. So this is really great, and this 30% more evasion of being hit, which is really, really powerful. I feel like I should get more defensive nodes for the evasion. Either we can also go this way, get more dexterity, and get more attack speed based on dexterity. Or we can get here to get more increase in melee damage and also melee attack speed. That's the plan. We are level 75. Probably we can go to level 90. That is more reasonable. After 90, I think the leveling probably is going to be very, very slow, but depending on how I'm enjoying this build, I'll decide whether to play further down to the even higher tier of maps. Let's take a look at the skills. So we have Ice Strike. Right now, I already have 4 link, linked with Martial Tempo, Primal Armament, and also Concentrated Effect. And then for our Bell, we use Reach, Fount of Reach, and Close Combat. For the Wind Dancer, we link it with a Blind and a Calling Strike. For Charged Staff, we have a Persistence, Conduction, and also Perpetual. For the Combat Frenzy, we link it with Profusion to have more chance to get additional charge and also Clarity to get some mana regen. On the Herald setup, Herald of Ice, we link it with Cold Penetration, Magnified Effects, and Cannibalism. This is the interesting one. We get 4% life recover on kill. You can see earlier in the footage, we kill a group of mobs really fast. Our life is instantly refilled. For the Heralds of Thunder, I already have 2 link right now. So I'm linked with MAM and Lightning Mastery. This is not absolutely necessary. If we have more spirits, we can link to Blasphemy with the Enfeeble to let the enemy do less damage, which is pretty good for defense. For the gear, the most important thing definitely is the weapon for the quarterstaff. I bought this one for maybe around 5 exalt. It has probably 450 physical DPS. For leveling, I just focus on physical DPS because the Ice Strike will convert 80% of our physical damage into cold damage. Later, we can also get elemental damage increase for attacks. That's going to be really helpful, and also probably get more critical hit damage, etc. But right now, focusing on physical damage is enough. I think we can get some like very decent ones, maybe around 350 or even 400 physical DPS just with 1 exalt currently in the market. So that's going to be really helpful for the build. And for the helmet, I think based on the passive we're picking, like this one, right? We add more evasion based on the energy shield on our helmet. Because of that, my helmet is basically energy shield based, some life. And luckily I have a critical chance here and some resistances. Life, resistances, the spirit there doesn't make any difference because we can't gain spirit on other equipment except the body armor based on the energy shield and evasion on the body armor. We have some mana regen here on the amulet and also some mana regen on the ring. The ring focus on just the life and resistance should be enough. It's worth to talk about this ring. So this unique ring is really interesting. It has some resistances, cold damage, which is not very important. But the last line, enemies chilled by your hit can be shattered as low frozen. This means we don't have to really freeze the enemy. Once they are chilled, we can just shatter them. 2,700 to 4,600 are cold damage. These are the majority of the damage source. We does a lot of cold damage, and right now we're at 38% critical hit chance. So the enemy will be chilled and even frozen with no time. With this Ascendency node we're picking, on frozen enemy we create a chilled ground. Within the range, enemies will be chilled. Because of all of these plus this unique ring, we can shatter enemies very fast. Currently this ring is around 2 exalt, which should be pretty fine. On the gloves, just life resistances. Plus level on the melee skills is not really necessary. On the boots, look for movement speed, obviously, and life and resistances. Nothing fancy. And this is one of the drop that I got by killing the mobs. It has some charge slot, so +2 charge slot. Because of that, we can use 3 different charms instead of just 1. I feel it's pretty good. I put something like immunity to freeze, immunity to stun, and also some bleeding protection. I feel even though there's no life on this one, I feel this is very strong for our defense. Good thing is that we have some resistances on it. And nothing else is so special. This is the ring I was using when I was leveling. Just buy any +1 level to all projectile skills on any of the bows. And then we can use this one until we get a Cold Strike skill gem. And for the quivers, just get anything with physical damage or any other elemental damage. Increase critical hit damage, that's a bonus. If you think this video help you in either leveling or mapping, just hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to support our channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.